as far as I'm concerned, our biggest problem was the anti-aircraft.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That gun they had, that anti-88 they had, was good. That was good. And one small incident that I can tell you about is that we were flying over Germany, and I was almost like on a tourist mission
Right.
on that ball turret.
Yeah.
You know, it was a warm, bright day, you know, and I was looking around for trouble and all that sort of stuff. And I happened to be pointing down at one point, and I saw a flicker, like somebody had, lit a match.
Uh-huh.
And next thing I know, there was an anti-aircraft shell bursting, maybe 35 or 50 yards off the tail of our plane. I said, "Oh my God, that guy is good." But what drove me, I said, "But there's only one shell." But when that guy with one shell got that close to my B-17, and I couldn't imagine. But the thing that they were good at is that they come up with what they call a box formation with the anti-aircraft. They had guns set. They had them sighted in for a range. They knew we were coming. They always knew we were coming, and at practically what height we were coming in. And they knew there had to be a bomb run. So they could set their guns to go off at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,000 feet, all the way up to the 20s, and box it in. And we had to go through, fly through this box of flak. And I'm here talking because we were lucky, really. We picked up some flak. We picked up enough flak on a couple of missions to knock some engines out. We came home on one mission with 2 engines, and we landed at a British field because we didn't think we were going to make it. And the British field was weathered in, and we stayed there overnight. But they were good. They were good. They were good, and they cost us. They cost us. And the saddest sight that I had is that we had at that time, where the guys in 41 and 42 did not have any real protection, flight protection.
Right.
We didn't have the planes to follow the B-17s in for 7 hours or so. When we got there, we had P-51s that escorted us in. And they escorted us in right in over the flak, over railroad yards, over oil depots, and
I can't imagine.
And that's where one P-51 got unlucky.
Oh, really? Yeah.
As big as we were, a piece of flak got him. It just blew right out of the sky.
Wow.
P-51.
Wow.
And I said, "Good God Almighty! When your time is up, your time is up."
Yeah. Wow.
Now here's a little guy flying way off to my right, to my right somewhere, and I just happened to be pointing in that direction with my ball turret, and he disappeared.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the 401st was, I think, basically lucky. They give us a lot of credit for being the first or second best bombing crew in the official records, But I'd say we had to be the luckiest too, although we left a lot of guys behind also.
Jeez.
So
that must have been a hell of a sight to see all those formations, all those planes when you go on a run.
The scariest thing, actually, that I can remember, even to my mind, even more scary than the flak, was that we took off sometimes and we ran into fronts that nobody knew about or figured we had to fly through, and they had been trained. The pilot and the co-pilot, when we run into a front like that where you can't see the plane next to you, that there was a 500-foot rule. On the word go, everybody moved 500 feet. And each one had their own position. So the guys on the right and left move out 500 feet. The guys on top moved up and down 500 feet. and I'm not quite sure where we were at that particular time. And can you imagine 1,000 to 2,000 planes scattering at 500 feet intervals? Couldn't see a thing. That was the scariest maneuver I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Right then, and the word was look, tell us, at the community if anybody's near us. And they do what they were doing. God bless those kids that were flying a plane.
Wow.
Because I think the oldest, I don't know whether we had a 22-year-old. I think Cooper, the pilot, I think he might have been 21. He might have been 21. The co-pilot was younger than him, so he was in the same range as I am. I think this in March of 45. No, I wasn't flying in March of 45. I would have been 21 in March of 45. Yeah, so we were 20, probably flying, 19 and 20 flying those missions. Really.
Wow.
So they were good. God bless them, they were good. I wouldn't have traded my pilot, co-pilot for anybody. They were really good. We knew that. No, we knew that.
Yeah.
And when we left Sioux City, Iowa, that they were good. They were really good. They worked together good as pilot and co-pilot. Yeah.
Good to have that confidence.
Yeah.
Flying.